So yesterday I made this one automation in Codex where it scours the internet and everything out there to give me AI related news. And even over there, I just got this one update. So OpenAI launched three real-time voice API models and GPT Realtime-2 for GPT-5 class reasoning in live voice agents. Okay, so the voice agents from OpenAI, this is the talk of the town. We are gonna basically talk about this. There's this official release from OpenAI. We are gonna go through this video and we are gonna see what it essentially is and how the world could benefit from it. But before that, we need to read through this update. So they say that we are introducing three audio models in the API that unlock a new class of voice apps for developers. With these models, the developer can build voice experiences that feel more natural, respond more intelligently, and take action in real time. So just imagine agents, but like voice agents. I think businesses could benefit from this in terms of customer services, or even call centers, I think can benefit immensely from it. So GPT Realtime-2, our first voice model with GPT-5 class reasoning that can handle harder questions or carry the conversation forward naturally. GPT Realtime-Translate, a new live translation model that translates speech from 70 input languages into 13 output languages while keeping pace with the speaker. This is what they are gonna show in this video. I had a look at it before and I think it's super interesting. Then they have the GPT Realtime-Whisper, a new streaming speech to text that transcribes speech live as the speaker talks. So all of this seems quite interesting. And by the way, if you use X, you would know that recently they had like one update where they automatically translate any post from any language into English, and that opened up like a whole new portal of communication between people from different countries, and especially Japan. People were like fascinated with the type of content the people in Japan were making. So I think like this is of that scale, but in voice. And what's their rationale? Voice is becoming one of the most natural ways for people to use software. It lets someone ask for help while driving, change a travel plan while walking through an airport, get support in their preferred language, or move through a task without stopping to type. Yeah, voice as an interface between people and product. As voice becomes a more natural way to use software, we are seeing developers build around these three emerging patterns in voice AI. Yeah, so this would be interesting to read. What are these three emerging patterns? Like voice to action, where people can describe what they need and the system can reason through the request, use tools, and complete tasks. An example they have given is Zillow is building an assistant that can listen, reason, and act on requests like find me homes within my ability to avoid busy streets and schedule a tour for Saturday. Okay, so voice to action makes sense. Yeah, guys. Systems to voice, where software can turn context into live spoken guidance. Like a travel app could proactively tell a traveler your inbound flight is delayed, but you can still make your connection. Interesting. Voice to voice, where AI can help live conversations continue across languages, tasks, or changing context. So these three are like the major use cases of how people are using voice AI, and I think the services are going to be made around this. And we have to look at this demo video which they showed, and I think it is quite interesting. I'm going to play it and we are going to see what it is all about.
Hey everyone, we're introducing new real-time audio models in the OpenAI API. In this demo, I'll show two of them, GPT Realtime-Translate for live translations and GPT Realtime-2 for voice agents that can follow instruction and take actions. Let's start with translations because that one feels so magical. I speak French, but say I need to present to an audience around the world. The English you'll hear is the model's live audio output captured directly from this laptop with transcriptions. Now, as I start speaking in French, we'll lower the volume of my mic and increase the one from the model so you can have a real feel for it. No edit to the audio. Let's give it a try. Ce qui est très impressionnant, c'est que le modèle peut m'écouter et traduire en même temps que je parle.
What's really impressive is that the model can listen to me and translate while I'm speaking. It waits for the keyword, like the verb,
Et le résultat, c'est une conversation
to start translating right away.
Exactement comme un dialogue.
And the result is a much more natural conversation, just like a dialogue between two people. I can even interrupt in German, and the model switches effortlessly between my German and your French, and we can even include technical computer terms like GPT, real-time, OpenAI, or computer use, and the model has no trouble handling that.
Merci.
Before we move on, guys, I think till here the demo was fascinating. They reduced the voice of original voice, and then they increased the voice of the translation that was happening, and it was like happening in real time. And this, I think, opens up a whole new world of opportunities.
Merci beaucoup, Dom. Isn't that amazing? The model can translate across 70 different languages in real time, really following the shape of every sentence. So whether you're building a media platform or tools for customer support or education, we believe that this can help you break down the language barriers. And this model is just one of the ways we're improving voice intelligence. So for the next demo, let's talk about GPT-Realtime-2, our new model that brings intelligent reasoning to voice agents. So let's bring up my phone and take a look at my personal voice assistant. Hi there.
Hi again. What's up?
Yeah, I have a customer meeting coming up. Can you take a look at my calendar?
You have a meeting with Sablecrest Robotics in 12 minutes. And you're meeting with Alex Kim, their CTO.
Great, thank you. Oh, please stay quiet for a second until I say back to demo.
Ramon, don't forget, now that these models have things like reasoning and parallel tool calling, it's even more important to use things like preambles. This way the model can explain itself and update the user.
Thank you, Jason, for the great reminder. Very important.
Before we move on, guys, I have to ask you a question. You have to let me know in the comments. Like, are you talking naturally to your phone? Do you often voice type? Do you often give commands like this? Or do you talk to the AI large language models like this? I think like this is the natural tendency of us humans to speak to the large language models, since it gives us better results. We have been typing a lot, but I think it comes naturally when you speak to the large language model, let's say ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Claude, anything. Have you been speaking to it, or do you prefer typing? I think that speaking is much better. It's more natural, and I think the way they are showing this demo, it really makes sense. I think more and more people are gonna adopt this form of communicating with AI.
Can of course take a few seconds, and so it's very important for the model to acknowledge those. With GPT Realtime-2, you can communicate directly during the reasoning and the tool calling so the user stays informed. And by the way, what makes voice agents so natural now is that they stay in the conversation. Jason and I have been chatting, the model has been listening, and it's still listening now, but not interrupting us until I say, back to demo.
I'm here when you're ready to continue the demo.
Pretty cool, right? So now let's highlight what Jason just mentioned with preambles. Let's ask another task and say, hey, could you now update the CRM and put the meeting of today as a brief and the next steps?
Let me pull the latest context and update your CRM. Sablecrest launched warehouse automation this morning. Expansion is active. Security review is the blocker.
All right, thank you. I'm all set. Please stay quiet again as I wrap this up. What's exciting here is that you can now connect the model to any kind of system. It could be your dashboards, the services you're using, even connected devices, and so much more. So that was a quick preview of our new real-time audio model coming to the OpenAI API. You can now create agents that keep conversation going as they think in the background. They can translate live across 70 languages. They can preserve context, and they can even act inside the products you're already using. Voice can truly become the primary interface now, and we can't wait to see what you build with these new models. Thanks for watching. Hey, back to demo. How was that?
Smooth and clear. It felt natural and demo-friendly.
Hey, everyone.
So yeah, guys. So the crux of all this is like moving forward, voice communication is gonna be like the natural interface communicating with these apps, large language models, and this update is huge, guys. This is huge. Let me just take it, and I think we should go to Grok and ask it why it matters and the future that it sees. So I'm gonna give it the link. Okay, like you see over here, I gave it the link, and I'm gonna dictate to Grok. Okay, Grok, go ahead and explain to me why this update matters and how it could change the future of AI products or the apps and the services that we use today. So let's see what it gives us. And I'm using the fast version on Grok. This OpenAI update is a big step forward in making AI voice interactions feel truly natural and useful. Natural and useful is something to focus on, guys. OpenAI added three new models to their real-time API. Okay, we talked about this. Now, this is the interesting part why this matters. Voice becomes a practical interface, not just a gimmick. You can now talk to AI while driving, walking, cooking, or working. It can actually do things for you, book stuff, translate live, plan, or solve problems. Now, this is making sense, or at least started to make sense, that let's say you are driving to your work and you need to plan your day. You keep on talking with the voice agent and it puts in a to-do list for you, that when you reach your work it's ready to be well worked on. And maybe when you are traveling to the airport, you just and you have to make some last minute additions to your booking, like let's say extra luggage or something like that. You talk to it and it does that booking for you. So you know that this is only useful when the agent works on your behalf. You can keep talking to it. We can still talk to AI. It's been around for a year or two that we can talk to AI. It will reply back to us. There are Grok models that you can use. They can talk to you. And if you have the mobile phone app of Grok, you can also talk to Chat GPT. That's been around for quite some time. But the real big change would be the agent taking actions on your behalf. That is where the future lies. So much more intelligent and reliable than previous voice models. It reasons on the fly, call tools in parallel, shows its thinking. Big boost for multilingual use, especially useful in global customer support. This is actually what we talked about earlier, guys. This seems super fun. Then travel, education, and international business. So all of this, guys, seems quite fascinating. Let's say a businessman uses this voice agent. Let's say he's in a business meeting in another country, let's say Japan, China. He goes over there and he can communicate to them, and the voice agent translates real time what is being said, what is being told. So I think this is also another fascinating use of these voice agents. So we have a comment like this worth it with the whole jobs dropping. Could you explain on your question a little bit more? The thing is that jobs are going to be affected by all these AI related updates that we are seeing on coming out on a daily basis. But yeah, it's worth it to look into this sort of stuff. Developers can build production ready apps more easily, lower latency, better tone control, adjustable reasoning levels. So it can also help developers build production ready apps. So how it could change apps, services, and the future. So Grok has given me a tabular form of this, and I think this looks quite interesting. Customer support, chatbots or slow call centers. Then it also mentions about like travel and daily life, apps requiring typing, searching. And then we can talk naturally, change my flight and book a hotel near the new gate. See, we talked about this before. I had an intuition that we could use it like this. So the real world impact is like a hands-free proactive help, like if a flight delay alerts spoken naturally. Okay, meetings and education, manual notes and captions. So with this update, like there could be live transcriptions, translations, and summaries as you speak, and accessible global meetings and real-time learning in any language. So the language is the barrier between people from different regions, and with this update I think this is something of the scale when X automatically started translating the post from different languages. So but this one I think would have far more impact. Consumer apps, Siri, Alexa style basic commands, and your phone, cars, earbuds, or smart glasses become much smarter. Could it be that any app that is shipped out in future, it might have this default way of conversation with the app itself, or maybe it could become like a standard industry standard. We use a lot of app these days and mostly it's we are typing on the apps, but maybe the voice command could become the default. So Grok says that this isn't just a better voice chat, it's OpenAI making AI voice smart enough to do the real work. So that's the actual use case of agents doing work on your behalf, and well, they are intelligent enough to keep on learning about you, developing context and all that. It accelerates the shift towards conversational AI as the primary interface. Conversational AI as the primary interface. This is something interesting. Yeah, I need to save this. I have a note on the other tab. Let me just pull it up over here, and I'll take the note over here. I'll figure out these notes later on.